Wait, no, we're starting. Okay. Hello, welcome. This is Artcasters chat number 11. So I think Jeff is going to attempt to do Artcasters chat 12 next Sunday because I'm going to be taking a week off, although I'll still be working. So technically, it's not really a vacation, but. So he'll keep you and he'll post in the group. I think you already set up the episode, kind of.
Yeah, I think I set it up. So once we get off here, I'll check and try to make sure it's working. Same time again, but it'll be like on my channel this time. And I don't know. I'll go around the Artcasters and try to drum up some people.
Yeah. I will say, it's a added drain on your computer if you're hosting.
Oh, really?
So hopefully it will all work out for you.
Yeah.
It seemed to be, at times, but
yeah. Be a trial by fire.
But yeah, so in yeah, you can just do a test one at any point.
That's right. I need a guinea pig for a test.
We have
so whoever wants to volunteer, email me.
So we have Eric with us tonight. Hey, Eric.
Hey, how you doing, Peter?
What you working on? Good.
Messing around with the logo.
Yeah.
Trying to come up with a logo for my upcoming 5th anniversary. And this is the first. I figure while I'm hanging out with you guys, gives me a little free time to actually doodle on it a little bit and play with ideas.
So 5th anniversary of your studio?
Yes. Yep, of my business, Airquip Graphics.
Yeah, cool.
So it'll be 5 years in December.
That's
awesome.
Great. Yeah, that's an accomplishment.
5 busy years.
Thank you. It flew by. I don't even believe it. So. Too busy cranking out work.
Yeah.
We might have spammers tonight, and people randomly come into our show. Somebody just popped in, popped out.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it's gonna be a fun show.
Just keep your finger on the red button, the eject button.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't eject the casters though if they're actually making it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you don't look familiar, I might eject you by accident. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what do we want to talk about tonight?
I don't know. Let's just talk about the week so far, I think. What about that? 'Cause everybody's had stuff going on, I think. Right, Peter?
Yeah.
Cats are like running the household and.
What's Peter got going on?
Yeah, my cats have fleas and
that's not good.
They were worse off than what they are now. But it's also being. I think it's like it's cost us $600 in the last month and a half. Just
my God!
Deal with them for that. They all currently have stomach worms as well. I think last time we had their nails clipped because they were getting out of hand. If you look at my body, I'm all scratched up because I don't care. I talk with my cats, but yeah, it's just they are much better off now. We have medication. We're going to give them stuff over the next week. Hopefully we can totally get rid of the fleas, because personally my skin is crawling by the thought of it.
Yeah, hate those buggers.
Yeah.
And it take a while to get rid of
And,
them.
well, hopefully, if it takes like bombing every individual room in my apartment, then I'm doing that.
Yep.
It's a war.
Yes. And what else? Oh, our little new addition, Thor. He's very playful, very aggressive, and has really befriended both our other cats. Jenga is in and out. She's indoor, outdoor cat. So she's not around as often. But Taz, is our biggest and heaviest cat. Has really been inactive before Thor showed up. But now that Thor and Taz have been playing, which is good, but they're also starting to tear shit up, which is not good. They crashed into something of glass in the kitchen today and shattered on the kitchen floor, and just like pieces of it spewed off into the living room, and me and Lisa were left 2 hours just picking up little pieces here and there, vacuuming, sweeping. I don't want to step on or put my hand on even a little piece of glass and then rub my eye and freaking cut my eye or something.
Yeah. A pain.
So we had to make sure every
Yeah.
So other than like working on my comic and trying to get some client work out of the way, and still posting my 100-day videos, however late. Like I was up late like 6 a.m. 2 nights ago.
Wow.
just to get my video up.
Yeah.
I'm falling behind everything, but that's why I'm taking a week off so I can freaking catch up.
Yeah. You're getting pretty close on that. Like you're at 98 or something, right?
Yeah, so Tuesday will be 100, and
that's crazy.
I have something in the video tomorrow, and something for the last day. I'm not even sure what. We have to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But
yeah, that's amazing.
It has been a long journey. It's I guess it's 3 months altogether, and it has helped in many ways. It's really built up my confidence about doing the whole YouTube end of my business. It's allowed me to be a part of, as well as build on, communities, with the Artcasters and with the 100s. And I've gotten to know a lot more people, and just gotten more comfortable doing videos. It's a lot of which I'll continue on after this is done, and yeah, it's been really good. I'm glad I did it, and it's been a part of it.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, so you actually feel like you got something out of it after 100 days worth of videos, which is pretty amazing. That's a lot of videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, it will be 82 videos that I do. I think it was last month I took the weekends off, and I missed a couple days here or there. But, if you add up all the videos I did since day one, I also did the chats, both Artcasters and Studio Synergy. And I, did a couple of videos so far to the Inktober. I've been doing my creating art videos. So, it adds up to more than 100 videos that I posted since, day one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's, even though this might not be my schedule going past this, much like Kevin, has talked about in his videos. Like,
Yeah.
I might not do the 30 minutes a day schedule kind of thing, but I will not let my creative projects die. I will not let
Yeah.
them collect dust.
Oh, yeah.
And I will keep working on them each week and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you're going right into the Inktober or whatever challenge.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing
Today's day 5, I
videos
think
for
it
all
is.
those? Are you going to be doing videos for all
There'll
those?
be
Yeah.
videos. Originally, I was going to do, but I had a problem right off the bat with the first one. So I'm just going to tape each one as I do them. And, I have a couple that I recorded that I'll post later. I just, it's just been, my time is completely nuts.
Right.
I will catch up on all those and be square with that once I have a chance to relax and get my schedule back.
Are you going to try to, if you miss one, are you going to try to catch up, or are you just going to pick up on the next day that you're able to?
Well, technically you do. I mean, I don't know if there's any rule to like what people do or whatever. It's not so bad to just do one each day. With my kind of schedule, even if it's at the most nuts. But I don't have time to, it's just like to record something is easy. To then post it up and promote it is a whole thing.
Yeah.
And usually
Yeah.
I'm doing that hours after the fact. So I'm just going to set them aside for now and post them up later. But if I miss one, I don't think I will. It's not so bad.
You mean do like kind of a group post, like at the end of the week, like post 5 pieces or whatever you got done that week? Or just
Yeah,
like,
I could do that. I think I'm just going to do them individually. I think
Yeah.
post them individually. Like if you if a random person comes across all my posts and sees day 4 and likes that picture, they're more likely to watch that video.
right.
So I don't want to have to.
Yeah, totally. I get that.
But I noticed so far, like, I don't know. That like if you hashtag Inktober, what I hashtag Inktober to, has gotten a lot more views.
Yeah,
So
there's like
it really.
there seems to be like a real kind of, at least for now, I don't know if it'll keep going, but like a real sort of I don't know, I've been seeing these things everywhere. Everybody seems to be wanting to do this thing, so that's kind of cool. That'll probably get you some traffic or whatever just because you're doing it.
Yeah.
I posted
I think
one.
I mentioned in one of my videos. Go ahead.
What did you say?
We got a little delay there. I
You posted one?
posted number 4 yesterday, and like a minute later, it was retweeted or favorited, or I was really surprised how big a response it. I mean, immediately.
That's cool. Are you gonna do? I mean, I guess you're doing it all month too, then, Eric.
Yep. I was talking to Peter about it. I almost missed the first one, but I squeezed it in the last minute, and then since then I've just kind of done it every morning.
That's
And
cool.
either digitally or, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not putting any rules on myself as long as I do. The point is to just do the exercise every day, and so I'm trying to do it every day in one form or another. Like Saturday I did it in the sketchbook. Sunday I did it in the, I'll tell you Sunday. I did it on the computer, and then but I did the first two digitally, and then a really bad third one traditionally. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's fun. I'm just kind of using it as exercise, and I don't get to just sit and draw just whatever the heck comes off the top of my head very often. So I'm using it as I try to do at least a warm up every day, so I'm using it for a warm up, and that's so.
I think that's a great idea, actually.
Hey.
I mean, I try to give myself at least howdy. I try to give myself at least 5 to 15 minutes a day to just draw what I want before I start on client work.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then for now, if I can keep it going, every Tuesday nights are my night to draw my comics, my whatever the heck. Nobody's allowed to interrupt me. But so sorry, wifey, sorry, mother-in-law, sorry, whoever. That's my night to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So it used to be I would do the webcomics like Tuesday night and then post them Wednesday, but I'm taking a break from my webcomic right now, and maybe I'll just do more Inktober stuff for.
How so? Like, I mean, when you were going like full steam on your webcomic, were you just going like posting once a week on it, or what?
Yeah.
And then so you only work like one day on your comic. So you do like one page in like one day and then post it. That's pretty awesome, though.
Sometimes depends on how much was on it, or
yeah.
If I wanted to make it was kind of like sometimes the page was better done than others. Like the right way to do it would be I have it all laid out and at least the lettering all figured out on like Sunday, and then I have it loosely penciled Sunday, and then say Monday night I do something else, but Tuesday I ink it and then post it. I mean, finish it. So 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
If I'm doing it right.
That's cool. Yeah, your stuff is pretty like complicated. I mean, it surprises me that you're getting it done that fast.
Thanks, man.
But that's awesome.
I try to keep it simple. I don't like doing heavy details, but then sometimes it is fun. I find myself getting into it and like, whoa, back up. I'm getting getting too involved. Like I actually got to make myself like stop putting so much into it, because it comes down to like John Romita Jr. said one time. He said there's like his dad's style where he's trying to make everything as perfect as possible. Then there's his style where it's the deadline style, where you don't worry about how perfect everything is. You just got to get it done,
Right.
And I try to be somewhere in between that. But.
Yeah. Well, you can tell, like, with your work, I mean, it's like, you're drawing fast, but, I mean, you're getting a lot of detail in there still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, a high level that you've gotten to.
Thanks, man.
I guess through practice and all that stuff. But,
yeah. I guess, basically.
20 minutes from Seattle. See another option.
Well, I'm still nowhere near I can't do the realism you do with like that Gandalf piece. I think was the last one I really looked at. That was awesome. That was awesome stuff.
Well, thanks.
All right.
And I love you actually kind of are doing something. You're doing kind of traditionally something I like to do digitally, where I like to do a sketch on like say a gray canvas, and then I like to go in with white highlights and stuff. And you're doing that traditionally on those. It really makes it pop.
Yeah, like on the drawings and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You go back in with the white to kind of outline it or add highlights and finish it off.
Yeah.
So.
Do you when you paint? Do you actually do like the gray undertone painting and then add color to the top of that, or do you just paint straight into color? Like when you do digital.
There's usually an underlying color, but I don't know if it really has any influence on the finished colors.
Right.
It's usually just like flat, like separating the characters from the background, that kind of thing.
Right.
But I have actually messed with digital painting a little bit. I'd like to do more of it. I really like the effect, and in that case, I'd work with a slight lower opacity, and it does let the back come through. And I find everybody has their own way of doing it, but I tend to start from like black and bring the highlights out.
Yeah.
Instead of like working from lighter to darker. So in that case, yeah, I would learn a lot of the background. Like I like blue a lot. I start with blue whenever I do. Somebody's got something going.
Does
So
somebody
we
have?
have, yeah, Lisa, I think you might have
Definitely, you know, this is kind of the Goldilocks yard for
the video playing or some noise, background noise.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I muted her for a second. It went away. So.
Okay.
And she's
I
got
can't.
she got 2 pictures up apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like the effect of having a gray or brown or blue showing through a bit. I don't do it very often on my commission pieces, but I definitely have played with it on my own. And I always lean towards blue. Blue is kind of always like the overall tone I go with.
Yeah.
I like orange or brown sometimes, but I don't know. What tone do you find yourself going towards?
I used to be that same way. I used to totally be like blue pencil drawings underneath all my stuff. You know what I mean? And then it was funny. I switched to red because I was just getting like low on my pencils, and it was like one of those times when I couldn't find them. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I had all these like Tuscan red pencils. So then I started going with this kind of brownish red. But I don't know. I've switched now. Now I'm always like drawing on the gray paper with the black color pencils, so I just start with the black color pencil again. So
That's cool.
yeah, but it took me forever to kind of get there. But I know what you mean. That blue is just so addictive. It's such a nice kind of.
And it seems like a
tone.
lot of colorists and comics use that too. Like
Yeah.
that and purple. You don't see a lot of pink or red hues unless it's some kind of evil scene or something. But
Right. Right.
like I follow I might be saying her name wrong. Nay Ruffino. She colors a lot of J. Scott Campbell stuff, and she's always talking about how it's very easy to go towards blue and green, but she always tries to go a different direction. You know, like purple or yellow even.
Wow. Yeah. I have a tough time. I noticed painting in yellow. I think I just did like a Galadriel piece a little while ago.
It would be hard.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what it is about yellow, but like when I start going too heavy in that direction, it just makes everything look just bizarre to me for some reason.
Yeah, it's a little surreal. Yeah.
Yeah. But I noticed like so we got a couple of new people that joined in. Scott and
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Lisa.
Howdy.
Hey, Scott. Lisa, you have to unmute yourself if you got everything worked out.
Yep, sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. All right, so introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and we'll chat.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I am an art student here in Burlington, Vermont, and I do all sorts of different things, painting, drawing, photography, ceramics, and a little bit of jewelry making.
That's cool. Yeah, hey Lisa, I remember you from Facebook. It's nice to meet you.
You too.
She's a good artist. I saw some of her work on Facebook, and it's some really nice stuff.
Thank you.
Your profile shot?
What'd you say?
Is that your work on your profile picture? I could see I could see an art version of yourself on screen right now.
Yeah, it is.
You might have sometimes it happens, like 2 accounts open or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I see myself twice.
Yeah.
Maybe you're fun.
G plus isn't the easiest thing to figure out. I'm still figuring it out, and I'm running the show.
Yeah, it feels like
that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Hey Scott, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
You want me to introduce myself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm Scott. I'm Circlin with CircWorks, and I do comic books, and I do graphic design and illustration, and I do a bunch of retro future sci-fi type prints and things on my website, and then I'm doing the 100-day challenge, and I got a comic book called Young and the Dead that I'm working on, and it's kind of like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead.
Nice.
Welcome.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get in tonight because I just had this huge family birthday party for like 5 different people. So
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of crazy, but now I just figured I'd wind down a little bit and get on the chat. So
Cool. Well, I wanted to mention, like, we were just talking about Inktober.
yeah,
If you want,
I'm doing that
you want
too.
to talk about your experience on that so far.
Yeah, I'm actually right now as I'm talking, I'm working on my sketch for tomorrow. So, yeah, it's. I was worried about doing it because I've got so many other things that I'm doing, but now that my 100 days is about to go up, because I think I'm at day 97 today. So I've got what, 3 more. So I figured I have time to do that, but I've been kind of busy. But I used to do like daily sketches every day. And it was cool, and I enjoyed doing that. So I figured I'd give it a shot. You know, if I'm not able to do all 31, then that's okay. But so far, I'm getting them out. So I've been doing like Star Wars bounty hunters. So I've got 1 more to do before I finish up all the ones that were from like Empire when Darth Vader was getting everyone to search for Han Solo. So. Does that answer your question? I forgot what the actual question was about Inktober.
No, just your, what you've experienced so far. Eric asked me something which I don't really have an answer to. If you miss a day, do you just go on? Do you play catch up or?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I think generally, if you're working at it and you're trying to get them done, I don't think there's. I mean, there are sort of a set of rules, and I don't even know if it's per day. I think it's just 31 drawings in 30 days. 31 days, for the month of October. I think that's the overall goal. Because I've done some that, like I just did one that I'll post later. Like I did this. It's a Beetlejuice one for my brother for his birthday. He was one of the birthday people were celebrating, so I did a sketch for him today, but I'll just, so I did 2 today, basically, so I'll just post that another day. So I think as long as you get 31 done, then you've kind of met your goal. But I haven't really read exactly what the rules were.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jake Parker, and I don't think there's any hard rules to it per se. I'm taking it as, it's 1 drawing per day, although I'm incredibly off my schedule. It's like I got 5 drawings, but I just haven't posted stuff because I just want to get through my 100 days.
Right.
And take a little bit of time off. I'm following a couple of people. Like I'm following Will Terrell.
Yeah. Oh man. Have you seen his videos? The videos that
I've been watching his videos.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just blown away.
And Jersey Droz is also doing his Inktober sketches and drawings.
I've seen him posting stuff. I didn't know if it was for Inktober or if it was just. It looked like he was working on a new comic book idea, which I hope he gets something. I know he just put out. He just did that. He just put out the one about the Kennedy assassination, which I want to pick up. But he wasn't like the main artist on that. So I'd like to see something new that he did. All of it. So I have to see.
Yeah, I think he's using either characters he did in a comic previously, or something. I know it's comic related. I haven't really read what it's all about, but I just looked at the sketches and really like what he's doing. And I did the trending on G+ in regards to Inktober, and there was a couple of pieces I liked, but I was like, well, this seems a little lame. And then I went over to Facebook, and man, the level of talent on Facebook doing Inktober is phenomenal. There's a ton of people. I want to say Creature Box is somebody definitely worthy to check out.
Oh yeah.
He's
I'll follow
doing
him.
phenomenal drawings.
Yeah, I'm familiar with their stuff, but I don't think I'm following them
for
on
his
any.
Inktober.
Yeah, I don't think I'm following them on any of the social networks, but I
They
definitely
are.
know.
They are doing October.
Yeah.
Huh? I'm missing that. I need to check that out.
What do you
Yeah, I
mean
mean,
they? Is it
all
like
you
a
have to
couple
do
of
is
people?
like,
What do you mean like they? Is it like a couple different people or something?
I thought it was. Maybe it's one guy, but I thought it was like a studio. I thought it was a couple.
It's two guys.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
it's two guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just pulled them up now. Yeah, they're awesome.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
good stuff.
I knew it was Creature Box. But if you just like, follow the hashtag of Inktober, you'll see a lot of people posting about it, and I know for a fact that anything I hashtag Inktober, I'm getting a lot more views on.
Hey, I just
So,
pulled it up. If anybody
it's
wants to see them, they look really good.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, there we go.
I got their book, their collected
Yes.
book, and the one it's called the Monster Volume, and yeah, they're incredibly good.
Pretty neat stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kind
it's
of reminds me
crazy.
a little Sam Keys. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's good stuff.
So it's
Well,
definitely
Got to step it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But also, how many? I wonder, is everybody trying to put them together at the end, make a book, or sell like a PDF of it or something, or how you?
I'm going to do a printed comic.
That's cool.
All the drawings will tell a story. I might add narration and dialogue after the fact. I'll figure it out.
Well, that's cool.
But yeah, it's going to be a comic, like a sideways comic, So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing basically character designs. I'm not doing anything crazy like that just because I got my other comic book that I'm trying to concentrate. But like, I don't know, Eric, how you do it, how you manage to juggle all these different webcomic projects, but that's like too much for me.
I don't. I don't. I fail miserably.
Well, it looks like you, because I saw the Turtles one you were working on before, and then you've got what was the name of the main one that you've got?
Jumping Boy?
Jumping Boy.
Right, yeah.
Jumping Boy is my personal one. I actually stopped that for a while. It ended on the end of chapter 9 or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm taking a break from that finally. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I'm happy to drop one for a little bit.
Yeah.
TNC's, there's another one TNC I do. TNC and Turtles are clients. I work with writers, and those are not bad. TNC is actually a lot of fun. I find it to be the relaxing break from all the other ones. But I only have, let's see, those two, and then my personal one, and so that's not too bad.
How often do those other ones come out?
Once a week, but I'm actually ahead, like buffer, have a bit of a buffer for this.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have to create a month's worth of strips in 1 week or something.
That's cool.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I
webcomics.
like the idea of doing a narrative for Inktober. I wish a lot of people thought it out ahead of time and really had a plan for it. I just kind of dove in, like, Peter remembers I was talking to him about Synergy. I said, well, maybe I should do one. It's almost midnight on the first day.
Yeah.
And I think next time I'll try to plan it more. Did 24-hour comic day happen?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
That was Saturday.
How do people hear about this? I didn't hear
know
about it.
it.
I wanted to try it.
Yeah, I've got friends that are locally here in Arizona that do it every year.
And they let you know.
I keep wanting to do it, but October is so crazy for me.
Apparently, that's when all the art group stuff is, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing like one page with 4 panels, and that's my comic. But I didn't even have time for that, so I was like,
Yeah, I think there's rules to
screwed up.
that too. I think 24-hour comic day. There's rules to that. It's got to be so. It has to be so long, and I
Yeah.
think it's got to be 24 pages.
Yeah, 24 pages. Yeah, it's just insane. I don't know how. I mean, very few people actually accomplish it. Finish, but usually they'll have something to show for their work at the end of the day.
Have any of you guys ever done it? I've never done it.
I haven't. No.
I haven't.
No.
My first introduction to it was Ryan Otley of Invincible, and he did one called like Space Grub, and he says he felt so sick afterward. He was hungover for like all the next day because he drank so much like Rockstar energy drinks and stuff to keep awake. And he says never again, never again.
Yeah, that's all I need, like flashbacks to college, like doing no-dos and staying up all night and doing homework and whatever.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Is that your schedule?
Peter, I was actually going to ask you, Peter. That was a question I thought about earlier. You're talking about how you had to stay up to do your video, and how often do you pull all-nighters? Like, because I'm getting to the point where I feel like maybe I should start doing that. I just wonder how often other people have to do it. What?
It's not so much an all-nighter as it is that's like I find a lot of the day goes by like sometimes I wake up late because I'm going to sleep so late.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing house stuff, stuff with Lisa, trying to take care of business like while stores are open and whatnot, that kind of stuff. And then it's like, then dinner rolls around, and then it's already late evening, so I don't start a lot of times until after midnight. I'm trying to accomplish my own work. But it's like I don't like that schedule if I'm sort of forced into that position. I really need to stranglehold my schedule again and make it what I want it to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like, to do my best work, I need more time. There just ain't enough time. And, yeah, stuff gets in the way, life gets in the way, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start, like, it's just getting...
I think, I mean, it's true for a lot of people,
Yeah. I find, though, like, when I do all-nighter, I've actually, like, maybe 2 this month, it catches up with me so bad, like, the next day, that it's almost like, I get through the next day, but, like, once I go to sleep that next day at night, it's like, holy smokes, trying to get up normally is, like, killer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you like working at night as opposed to...
Well, I know, but,
right?
like, to me, like, an all-nighter is, I just stay up and I don't go to sleep like when I usually do, and I just go to sleep the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth. I've been trying like at night, and then for a while I'll get up early, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get up early and work, but I just have such a hard time doing that. So.
I did that for a while. It's nice, but yeah, then I get turned around and I'm trying to do like late nights and stuff, and I like streaming at night. It seems like there's more of my clientele and stuff at night. Like people are, I don't know. Everybody I work for or who likes my work, like apparently lives in a different time zone. So night is usually when I'm doing stuff. And
see, and that's my thing. Like I don't know why. I just feel more productive at night. For some reason.
I feel that too. Afternoons suck. Morning I like, but I don't know. Yeah, there's that little lull.
Yeah.
Well, at night
I like
can
mornings too.
guarantee
If you
that
get up
I'm
early.
not bugged.
Yeah.
What
What's
time?
that,
When?
At
night?
At night, yeah, it's like, I'm not going to get phone calls. I don't have to answer emails.
Exactly.
It's like I don't have to go anywhere. I could just work through night and not be bothered.
Yeah.
That's how I feel on the weekends. Like, but by the time like the weekend comes around, I'm kind of burnt out. But but I love that like it's like the secret extra day where clients aren't expecting me to work that day, and I can actually get a little ahead or do other things that they're not expecting me to have something done or be able to communicate back to them the weekends are my secret days.
Yeah.
So,
what about you?
Who?
I was just gonna say, what about you, Lisa? Are you like night owl or morning person or what?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a morning person at all. Morning's not me.
Yeah.
I'm more of a late afternoon, evening person.
Hmm. Are you still like in school and stuff, or what's your story?
I'm at Burlington College in Vermont,
Hmm.
and I'm a senior.
Oh, okay. What do you like studying, like fine art or?
It's like a
commercial?
self-designed major because my college is very loosely structured. It's mainly painting and photography, but I also do a whole bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah.
I really liked photography. I took that 2 years as like a side elective. It was elective just for my art thing, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love photography.
And it comes in super handy, I think, if you're like an artist, if you
yeah.
can shoot your own reference and stuff
Definitely.
like that,
Oh, yeah.
I also make my own prints of my artwork.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's great.
Well,
Do you shoot it with your camera or do you scan it then? Like when you're making prints, is that why you brought that up? Because you're shooting it with your camera?
I shoot it with my camera because the scanners usually aren't big enough for my artwork.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the same problem, and I've been trying like heck to get pictures and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like I don't know, not a good enough photographer to get the good ones,
Yeah.
So,
It's hard to get the right lighting.
right. I've been looking online for like a lot of tutorials and stuff, and the way they got them set up with like indirect light and stuff, and that's helped, but I don't know.
I've had a lot of professors tell me that you get the best photographs of artwork when you take them outside and when it's overcast.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I did try that on a couple of them, actually. I took them outside when it was just, it was a little bit cloudy, and you're right, I think those were the best ones I took so far, so.
Does that go for if you're photographing artwork too, or just like nature?
Oh, no, I was talking about photographing artwork.
Yeah, I always have a problem with that, so I'll have to try that. Although I live in Arizona, so we don't have a lot of overcast days.
Oh, yeah. In
Sun's
Vermont, we
always
have
out there.
that doesn't make sense. Because you learn that outside light source is always going to be way more brilliant than somebody's got me on a speaker.
Is it you, though? Because it doesn't seem to be any delay.
No.
I think Lisa.
Yeah, that's her.
Like when I was talking, I could see the volume go up on your box.
Oh.
But I was gonna say that outside light source is always gonna be like 100 times more bright than the inside. But
Yeah.
talking to myself here.
Power through.
The overcast idea for photographing is
Did you have headphones on or something a little while ago, Lisa? Or?
Yeah, I
That would get
did.
some big time feedback. Maybe if you put those back in or something.
Okay. I can put them back on.
Alright, cool. Thanks.
Hey guys, I'll be back. My daughter wants food, so I'm gonna make her something. I'll be back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's already better.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Eric.
What were you saying about the outside light being more brilliant? I didn't quite catch
I
any of
was
that.
just saying that you learn in photography how it's one of the number one rules is always thank you, Lisa. That's much better. You're all good. But yeah, you learn, like 101 that the outside light source, the sun, even in overcast light, will always be way more better for photography than anything inside, like fluorescent light or anything. Even a studio light. And then it makes sense that the diffused light would be perfect for pictures because there's no high contrast, light and dark or overexposure or anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was just trying to agree, but it was a long-winded way of saying I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your past has been like, Lisa? Like you're just a full-time student, full schedule?
I'm technically part-time student. I used to be full-time, but it just ended up being a little too much. Didn't have time to sleep. So right now I am going part-time. It's much better.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm doing work study. I print stuff for people at the school, for teachers and students in that digital printing lab.
Oh, cool. That's really handy to know how to do all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't really get very many people coming in, so I just end up doing my homework, which is great.
Easy credit.
Yeah, no, the working at, like in any kind of printer, copier type thing is perfect for an artist.
Yeah.
I had a buddy who worked at Kinko's forever, and that was his whole thing. He was working there for Kinko so he could publish his comic.
Oh. That's one way of doing it.
Yeah. He'd, I don't know if I might have said this on the show already, but he'd do like these big print runs and then like throw them all in the trash. You know what I mean? And then take his comic out of the waste or whatever. It's horrible, I know. But
Did you just get fed up with it, or?
well, no, he didn't throw them away for good. He threw them away because like the waste is like, free or something, like,
Oh, okay.
So he like if he trashed as if he like ran off a bunch of stuff and then messed it up, so it just all went in the garbage. So that was actually his front run for his comic.
That's kind of smart. That's smart.
Yeah. That was back in the days before print on demand and everything, though.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do when you get out of school then? What's your plans?
Good question. I'm taking a business class right now, and I definitely want to sell my own work, which I have already started doing that, but I definitely want to learn more about the business side of art.
Yeah. Where are you selling it at then?
Different places. I'm a big part of the local gallery here, the Space Gallery, that has a whole bunch of different art shows, and I hang stuff up at my school and a previous school that I went to, and any place that I hear about and wants my stuff, basically.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, that's a great way to get started. I mean, I wish I would have done that more when I was like in college, because that's like a good opportunity to kind of get in some galleries, like when you're doing the student kind of stuff, because there's a lot of, I think, galleries that are sort of open to that, more like the, I don't know, but like in Denver they have one called the Core Gallery, and it's sort of almost like a co-op type gallery, and they have a lot of, but a lot of it, you see people in there selling stuff, so it's like a good place to kind of get noticed, especially if you're going to start doing fine art,
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've talked to other artists that I go to school with, and they just don't want to show their stuff.
Really?
And they're studying art, but they're like, oh, I'm not ready yet. And I was like, well, you'll never be ready if you don't actually try.
Yeah.
Right. No, I think you're right.
It's good to have the experience of putting your work out there and getting seen, and get rid of the butterflies early.
Yeah.
And then too, like when you get older, you realize it's like you're never gonna sort of hit like that thing you're going for in a way. It's like you're not gonna be like a Michelangelo or something, and the whole world's gonna just suddenly, turn around and go, "Oh my God, your work is amazing." So it's like you may as well just get the heck out there and start selling, Or I mean, that's been my experience.
If you don't ever show your artwork, no one will ever see it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen to that. I can also say, from a digital perspective, that 50%, I'll just ballpark, 50% of my work, I get customers because I post my work. They see what I do. I try to post something at least once a week. And it does. You get your work out there. Any way you can put it up, somewhere where somebody will see it. And that's the key,
Yeah, I agree.
It's the best free advertising you can get, to have your work somewhere where people can see it.
Yeah, it's like the internet, It's like
Exactly.
the perfect thing,
Put the right tags on it. And
Yeah. Where are you posting your stuff, dude?
me?
Yeah.
Well,
Which
Facebook. Facebook. Facebook.
Yeah.
You know where I post it. Facebook.
DeviantArt. No.
DeviantArt.
Well, I mean, you might have a new one in there. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of concentrated. I haven't. I'm curious to actually spread out to like Tumblr or Reddit. I don't even know what Reddit is, but I've been hearing about it more recently.
Right.
And I'm kind of sheltered in the way of how many sites I do. I don't.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, DeviantArt has a built-in community of people out there to look at art and post art. That's one not to ignore. If you can get your traditional work up there, that'd be awesome.
Well, I agree. I think DeviantArt's awesome. I'm on there too, and it's just like you said, it's like a built-in community, and they're all about art. So it's kind of like Facebook, but it's an art Facebook, which is cool. So.
Yeah, I've heard of DeviantArt, and I sort of looked into it, but I wasn't exactly sure if it was just like a big cache website of just a bunch of images. I didn't know if there was like a community base in it.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a massive community base. And you can share with other people your own thumbnails from stuff you post. You can participate in contests. You can go. They have chat rooms. They have job forums. It's really cool. It was. I spent a lot of time in past years wondering how I could keep my business going as it is if something happened to DeviantArt, like it went under, because it really was a massive backbone to what I do. So it's really good resource.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's one of those, like, I don't know where I'd go if it went under, maybe CG Hub or something.
Oh man, yeah.
Or just, I don't know.
Yeah. When you say that, like that's a big, massive backbone to your, your business. I mean, what part of the business? Are you talking like getting commissions from DeviantArt? I mean, what?
Yeah. Commissions, exposure. Exposure, commissions. I don't know how else to say
Right.
it. Yeah,
Just those two.
I guess it's just it has the built-in community and people share and favorite and like, so it gets it gets to everybody's eyes.
It
just
is
through.
It is what you put into it, though. I mean,
like
you could be on there for years and not draw any traffic if you're not.
That's true. And it seems to have slowed down recently a little bit. I don't know what it is.
I agree. I think it's Facebook, honestly. I think people are spending their time on Facebook instead of DeviantArt all of a sudden,
Yeah. But Facebook has that too. If you post, and a really new thing, those groups have gotten popular, like Artcasters group, but it seems like the groups stay in the feed better than, say, a page.
Yeah.
And so anyway, anything you can post on Facebook too, because it's got the built-in community. anything with a built-in community. I mean,
Right. And I do agree with that. I get so much more play just when I post, like, honestly in any group, but like mainly like the Artcasters,
oh yeah.
compared to just my own personal page, even though I have like way probably more followers than, I mean, I don't know what the Artcasters has now as far as members, like 200 and something, but, you know, it's going to be millions. Building it up.
Yeah. We're doing Artcasters the movie soon.
Artcast of the what?
The movie.
Artcasters the movie.
The movie. Alright. That sounds awesome. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, besides, like, Lisa, do you have any work online that you're selling? Like, do you have a shop set up where people can buy prints, or is it strictly in the real world and not online?
I have a website, but it was free, and they don't really allow you to sell things directly on it. I do sell things through my Facebook fan art page, and just let everybody know that I do commission pieces and that all of my pieces are available for prints.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of website do you got where they won't let you sell stuff? I mean, who'd you get that through?
I found out about it through my photography teacher. It's Strikingly.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it either. I just...
Is it mainly a portfolio site?
Yeah, it's pretty much a portfolio site.
So they probably don't want you to do like e-commerce through it and stuff.
Yeah.
Could you just link to a different place for shopping cart or something?
I didn't see anything like that on there, just links to like your Facebook page and Twitter and your phone number and email, and that was pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to have a website where I can actually sell things directly through it.
Check out a site called Society 6. Society and the number 6, and then there's and again, DeviantArt will let you sell prints, but their markups for them printing are a little high. But Society 6 seems to be the good one. And
Okay.
anything
Thank
like
you.
that, yeah, like use that page or use them. Maybe you can link to a cart or a shopping place.
You know, have you ever? Are you on Society 6, Eric? Are you doing that?
Nope.
I've seen that around. I haven't tried it yet.
No, I recommend it. I'm going to look into it next chance I get, but it's supposed to be good.
What exactly? I've heard of Society 6, and I'm on like for T-shirts and stuff. I'm on like Redbubble and TeePublic and everything. But what is?
It's like Redbubble, dude.
What's that?
Or go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about Redbubble. That's another one. And
Store Envy.
Store Envy.
No,
Anyone
it's
that
not
does the
like-
prints. I was gonna say Big Cartel because of the shopping cart features, but you have to have the prints yourself. They won't print them.
Yes, I was with Big Cartel, and unless they've changed it, they only let for their free one. They only let you put like 5 items up for sale.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Yeah.
I use Store Envy, and it's great because it doesn't cost me a thing. They make their money on like other things, like you can run coupons and promotions through them and stuff. But
That's cool.
as far as right now, as long as I've been using it, it's totally free for me to use. So, and I can put up as many items as I want.
Yeah.
And I know
You
people
said,
that,
sorry,
Sorry.
you said Store Envy?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know people that make all their living just off selling online or selling artwork, like at either conventions or online. So and they've got all their products on Store Envy, and it's worked really good for them. So, but yeah, what is Society 6 just like another version of like a Redbubble or something, or is it?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I think their prices are a little better, but I don't know. I have to compare them. I just know of it. I haven't actually had time to look at it.
Yeah, I just got on TeePublic, and I was surprised because they've got a little better royalty from the T-shirts. I think all they sell is T-shirts. Now, Redbubble, you can print it on like phone cases and things like that.
Yeah.
But I sell in the short time I've been on there, I've sold a lot more than I have through Redbubble. The shirts are a little less expensive, and I don't know the quality. Like I just ordered one of my shirts for the first time through Redbubble.
Yeah.
As a gift, and the quality was real. I was really impressed seeing that it's it's not screen printed, but it looks like it's screen printed, and it's not like the old Cafe Press Zazzle thing where you had to be on a white shirt and you couldn't print white, so they can print white and do all this stuff. And the design really came out really good.
Yeah, I've done some with transparency on there with really even a gradient going to transparent, and it came out great.
Yeah.
As long as you set your file up right.
Yeah.
And my only problem with that is unless you're good with graphics, they don't really tell you very well how to set it up right.
Yeah, I guess just because I know how to do it, I guess I wasn't really thinking about that, but yeah, that definitely could be a problem.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what the internet's for, I guess.
You got to do a little research.
I mean, anytime you have a problem nowadays, you could usually find the answer to it on the internet. So
that Teespring thing, because I remember you talking about a while ago when you were trying to get on there, and so now that you're on there, I mean, I don't know. You don't have to tell me the numbers or whatever, but is it good? I mean, it sounds like 100,000.
Well, that's TeePublic.
Or TeePublic. That's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, Teespring is the one where it actually is screen printed, but in order to do that, you have to that's the one Kevin Cross did, where you have to get at least 50, I think, and then they'll print it. I don't know how TeePublic, and I don't know the actual process. It's probably some kind of dye sublimation process or something. But at least the Redbubble, I mean, it really did look good. Now I don't know as far as standing the test of time, like how many washes. There's some special washing instructions, like you can't tumble dry. That might just be for shrinking. They don't want you to iron them, and cold water only. So I just, like I said, I just got one shirt, so I'll see how it holds up. But I don't mind sharing the numbers. I mean, I think through TeePublic, I get a $3 or $4 royalty, which is good. And the first time I uploaded I think 3 designs, maybe it was 2 or 3 designs, and I didn't even think about it because I'm like, yeah, I'll just put them up there and nothing's gonna happen. And then all of a sudden I get a royalty check for around $50 for the first month.
That's
and
for the first month. Wow.
And I've got designs. I already had these pre-designed, and with Redbubble, I think I get maybe $1 or $2 from theirs, but for whatever reason, and maybe because I think the quality is probably a little better, so they're priced a little higher. But I just don't sell as much. But I'll get I think I just got a $4 one from them or something. And that was the first month. The other thing that TeePublic does is when you first upload it, because I'm trying to remember what they sell them for. I don't know if they sell them for $20 a shirt or something like that. But say if it's $20, that first 74 hours or whatever that you upload a design, they'll do it for $14, so they sell a little more, and I think you only get a couple dollars royalty, but I don't know. That first month they sold good. The second month not as good, but they were still selling. So I don't know. It could have just been a weird luck. Maybe they did some kind of promotion or something, but I was surprised because I wasn't expecting that. So
no, I think that's really good, especially. I mean, I've tried, Redbubble and Cafe Press and this kind of stuff, and I've never had any luck. And also DeviantArt prints, I've never had any luck. I mean, I haven't tried T-shirts, but selling prints on those sites, it just seems like I can sell prints myself so much better than them,
Yeah, I was wondering how. I'm not on DeviantArt that much, but I was wondering how it works because usually people just upload, low-res pictures of their artwork just to look at. So I would assume you would have to do a separate upload to have a print quality, piece to print from, because it seems like, you can't just go to anything you want and say I want a print of this, right? Because most of that's just real low quality that you see on DeviantArt.
Mm-hmm.
So
it will tell you if it's print
bigger file.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You can't buy a print of anything on DeviantArt. It's like you have to say if you want to make it a print or not. You know what I mean?
So you must have to upload a high resolution picture.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I think you upload your thing, and then it's like if you want to make a print, it gives you a place to upload the bigger file for the print. So, but to
Or
me,
you
like
just do like
what?
a print that's really small. You know.
Yeah, I think that's another. Yeah, it says you can make like a 4x6 print or something also when you're just your normal file, but But their prints are like crazy expensive for one thing. You know.
DeviantArt.
Yeah, DeviantArt's just nuts. I mean, and your royalties on it. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember, but I ordered some prints off of there like years ago, and they're really nice prints, but they were cheaper back then. But like I just can't imagine how you could make any kind of a business out of it. Getting $1 or $2 a print. I mean.
Yeah, and it's like you mentioned before. It's just a matter of getting your stuff everywhere you can, and then you'll get little income here, little income there from other things. Because I mean, I had most of these T-shirt designs. There were ones that I submitted to like T Fury and got rejected, but I sell the prints. Like these are mostly like the pop culture stuff, but I'll sell prints at shows, and a lot of them I'm able to sell the print. So I don't know why people wouldn't want the T-shirt because. I mean, I don't usually buy prints because I don't have anywhere to hang them, but if it's a design I like, I'll wear a T-shirt of it.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of, the people finding it. That's...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... Because that T-Public, I'm wondering if they did, like, a promotion or something, like, if somebody, like, tweeted about it or something, because... But the weird thing was, it wasn't just one of my designs. Like... Say if I had, I think I had like 5 up at the time, and all 5 of them had sold at least one, I think. So it wasn't just like one caught on. So hopefully it'll keep up. I don't know. Like I said, the second month I didn't make as much, but I've still got probably like 4 other designs that are on my Redbubble that I haven't uploaded to TeePublic yet. That maybe this week I'll do it. And I've got this one that it's called Tron Burgundy, and it's basically like Ron Burgundy, but it's he looks like Tron. And that print tells me so much at shows that I mean that always like saves my ass every time I do a show. And pretty soon it's probably gonna fall out of favor just because people are gonna get it's not really topical anymore. But I haven't uploaded that design yet, so I'll have to see how that does.
Tron will never go to style.
Yeah, I want to start uploading some of my own original stuff too. Although no one ever wants any of that stuff.
Well, if you're selling some of your others, and your other teachers with link, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. That's I don't know. I've had people tell me that do T-shirts. I've never done a T-shirt yet. So
it's difficult because I mean it's like. I saw Kevin Cross post something and I commented on that, but he was talking about doing another Teespring, which he's done too, and they've both been successful. But in order to be successful on those T-shirt sites, first of all, it's just a pain in the ass. But because it's like the people that are already kind of in that kind of group, the people are the same people that get printed over and over again. And it really is like, take 2 things and mash them up, and I mean, I've done a few like that. Like the Tron Burgundy is probably a perfect example, but that's the kind of stuff that sells. But there's so many other people doing it. It's like the same things over and the same ideas over and over, and it's just like the originality. There just isn't much there. So, most of the stuff I submit just, while I find it funny and everything. Like, have you ever seen Glenn's tees?
I don't think so.
There's this guy, Glenn, with 2 N's and a Z at the end. Glenn's Tees. His ideas are just so brilliant. They're just so hilarious. If you ever looked at, he started off doing it like Threadless, and then his shirts were just like sold bonkers. So he started his own company. But he's got like the funniest ideas. If you look, you'll see. If you go to his site, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Some of those people are clever as anything.
What's that?
Some of those people are clever as anything. I don't know how they come up with this.
Yeah, I mean, his stuff is super clever. I mean, the guy's just brilliant. But, I mean, that's the kind of stuff I like. But that, like T Fury, I've had, I don't know, I was when I even wrote a blog post about this, but I would do these designs and I'd submit them, and I expected to get rejected, and usually that's what happened. But I had 2 designs that they accepted. T-Fury did, and then they just sat on them for like months, and like one of them was like this. It was Admiral Akbar, and it said it's a trap, but it was like an old vintage ad for like his brand of like mouse traps or whatever. And so they were gonna print it, and then they just waited for like they had it on their board for like 3 months, and meanwhile, people that I followed on like Facebook that did a design one day and they're printed the next, So it's like the people that they keep constantly reprinting the same people, because part of it is because they become such a success doing that drives T-shirt sales to T-Fury, and somebody like me who doesn't have that network of fans isn't going to sell as many T-shirts, But anyway, so they just sat on this design for like three or 4 months, and then they said, "Well, you got to cancel it because it's just not, that meme is kind of running out of steam." And I'm like, "Well, of course it did, because you sat on it forever." So, then I just got totally frustrated. But like right now, and then I had another one that was a print that I had originally designed as a print. I submitted it. It was called "How to Kill Monsters," and it's just all the different ways you can kill like movie monsters, like Dracula. It would have like a stake through the heart, or King Kong. It was the airplanes and all. The Godzilla with the whatever the destructor thing it was. But all these different movie monsters and how you kill them. So it was a print design, and then I submitted it. And they said they like it, they want to print it, but they said just because it was designed as a print, they didn't think it worked as well as a T-shirt, so they wanted me to rework it. So I did all this reworking back and forth with their art director, and then they liked it. And then later they said, "Well, you know what? We're doing posters, so we want to do it as a poster."
No.
and at the time, the royalty from that was only like 50 cents a poster, because I guess with T-shirts you can just throw it in a bag and ship it, and it's not going to get damaged. With posters, they gotta be a little careful with the shipping, so the shipping cost extra. So I made like $50 off that whole deal, and it was just after all the work I did, and that was with their big promotion, because they'll do a promotion like the way T-Fury works is a new shirt every day, and and if you can get that, they usually you usually can make some good money off of it. So after that, I just kind of gave up, and then they called me back later, and they said, "We've kind of changed our poster thing, and they're up every day. You can go on there, and I think it's still up there." And they wanted to reprint it, and I said, "Yeah, sure." So I've got a design on T-Fury for the posters, but not for their T-shirts, and so I get some residuals from them every once in a while too, but it doesn't seem like.
What's the bonus or whatever you get off the T-shirts or the?
It's $1 a T-shirt. $1 a T-shirt, and then they run it. They'll pick a day, they'll run it, and then you also help promote it yourself through whatever social networks.
Yeah.
Like the only other shirt that I got printed was through another company, because there's a bunch of these companies. T-Fury is the biggest, but there was another one, and I used to just do these designs, and I'd submit to all of them and just see what happened, and then I just got frustrated. Which I'm sure if I would have stuck to it, I probably would have been further along. But after you get accepted and then they change their mind halfway down the road, it's like But I had one shirt printed through another one called Shirt Punch, and they were a smaller one, but I think I made, I don't know how many they sold, but I think I made probably $80 from that one, from their But when you think of the time you spent designing it and everything, and half of them you can't find homes for, and I don't know. Yeah. There's people that make tons of money and are making really good money off of those T-shirt sites, but it's kind of like it's hard to break into, like anything else, I guess.
It almost seems like, wouldn't you make
more money?
Or go ahead, Peter. It sounds like you're going to say the same thing I am. Go ahead.
Yeah, wouldn't you just make a lot more money if you came up with a design, printed it yourself, and sold it through your store?
If you have a fan base big enough
just like you go to conventions? Yeah.
You'd have to do the pre-printing, wouldn't you? Print the stock and then hope you sell it all.
Yeah, that's really difficult to do it at conventions and things, because the problem is you don't know what sizes people are going to want. It's just the best thing, because I talked to a guy, Daniel from Steam Crow, and he used to print up T-shirts and bring them to shows, but he never had the right sizes the people wanted and all this. So what he does now is he does his own. So he did one through a Kickstarter, but before he did one without like a Kickstarter, just his own Kickstarter. But he's got a huge fan base, so he basically says, "I want to print these T-shirts. What size do you guys want?" and do a pre-order for them.
Yeah.
So then he printed a bunch. Now he's got some extra that he'll bring to shows. But if you don't really know what people want as far as sizes and stuff, it can be a pain, you know.
You know,
Everybody
that guy, or that
wants to
guy
launch.
that Steam Crow guy, though, you know, like, I went and, like, you know, watched some of his videos and stuff, and looked at his site and all that kind of stuff, and how does he get a fan base like that? I mean, it seems to be like nothing happening there, like no webcomic, no nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
it's just products.
Okay. Well, for one, it's like, and everyone will tell you the same thing, whether it's a webcomic or whatever. It's time. It's the investment of time that you put into it. Because he started off slow. Like, if you search his booth, you'll find, if you see one of his first booth, it's just him at this big table with like one book, and he's just kind of sorry looking. But then he started building on his brand, and he's branded everything around him, and as he goes, it just keeps building, and he does so many shows. The more shows you do, obviously, the more people are going to know about you. And he had a webcomic at one time that he was running, but after a while he stopped it because it was just taking too much time to do when he can, you know, focus more on the products and everything. But yeah, it's just a matter of time and focus and everything like that. And like, he's really anti like fan art and everything, so he gets on me for stuff, and I don't really do that much fan art, but he's always, you know, because he says it takes longer, but do your original stuff, and eventually you'll find an audience for it. And that's kind of what he did, but he's in it for the long haul, you know. I mean, you can definitely make a real quick buck at a convention, you know, selling fan art and stuff like that, but, you know, and it's not as easy to sell your own original stuff. But after a while, if you do it right, then you'll start to have fans and followers, and it just, and I've just watched him grow from, you know, hardly anything at all, and it just takes time, and it just takes, you know, effort and all that, and sticking to it. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think he's pretty awesome. I don't get the fan art thing in a way, though. Like, I did see those guys really bitching and complaining about the fan art and stuff, and I mean, I do kind of get it, but then it's like, when you look through their products, it's like, you know, I mean, maybe they're not doing Marvel characters, but they've got, like, all this stuff, you know, with, like, Cthulhu and stuff like that. I mean, isn't that just fan art, you know?
Well, a lot of that stuff's in the public domain.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, they're just doing the same thing that, you know.
Yeah, and he doesn't do a lot of the stuff that he does is original, but he does do certain things, like he'll have prints based on like popular characters like Tesla or like you know, Rasputin and things like that. You know, a lot of that stuff's in the public. I guess his deal is more if you're benefiting from something that somebody else owns, I guess.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I'm kind of halfway here, halfway there. Like, and I've mentioned this before. I mean, most of the stuff I do is definitely parody, you know, and you know, so I don't know. I mean, it's.
No, I think he's cool. I like him a lot and everything, but
I mean,
I think a lot of people throw out like a double standard. About, you know, like, you can't do fan art, but you can do fan art. Parody's okay, but no, not this guy. I'm a Marvel Comics guy. All I draw is Wonder Woman, sell Wonder Woman everywhere, but not you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got. I mean, everyone's kind of, you know, got their own thing, and you just.
Right.
You know, whether you agree with it or not, he's got some good things to say. Just like you, Jeff. I mean, you're really opinionated, but that's what I like about watching your show. I mean, you don't have any problems at all just telling things that piss you off. So I mean, it's like me. I'm kind of like, well, maybe I shouldn't say that because then I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone's kind of got their own personality and stuff, and that's what makes, you know,
the world go round.
And really, even you're selling your artwork, but you're also selling yourself. So I mean, people buy into you just as much as they do your artwork.
Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%, definitely.
And a lot of people use the same terms but mean different things.
Yeah.
It's like when I go to a convention, I wouldn't necessarily consider what you do, Jeff, to be fan art. Conventions, and there's 100 people doing drawings of Wolverine and Batman and Deadpool and the same things over and over, and they're just churning it out. There's no real art to it. What you do is world class of difference. You do fine art, realistic art, and really trying to stretch your style and your ability each time. For them, it's just like, how do I make the quickest buck?
No, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I've come to realize that too, that a lot of the stuff that, when they're talking fan art, they are talking about, like, Wolverine and, like, Marvel characters and, things like that, and I don't know. I know what you're saying, though. I don't know. I'm not complaining about anybody. Am I opinionated? I don't think I'm opinionated.
That's what I'm talking about. No, I mean, yeah, I didn't offend you. I apologize.
I'm kidding.
No, I just think you say what's on your mind.
Right. I guess I do. Yes, I do.
But I'm not against anything, and if you're making a living off it, then hey, you're doing better than me anyway. So, so what else is going on lately? Is there anything with the community that? I know something I want to talk about. You missed some of the drawings of last month's art challenge.
Oh, right.
And I had a thought. Yeah, I had a thought. If you tell people, hey, hashtag it, whatever, that you'll be able to find it all at once rather than trying to keep track of everything as people post them.
I mean, I saw that post. I don't know, dude. It's just like, are they gonna do it though? It just seems like I'm still gonna be like chasing after them. You know what I mean? I mean, I think it's an okay idea, but it seems like only about an eighth of the Artcasters listen to anything I got to say. So I'm not sure if I tell them to do that, they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? So.
You can.
Put it in a post-it pen into the top. We got too many of those already.
You can make it a specific, like when I post the Artcasters Hangout, I do it, with the picture. You can say within the picture, hashtag your drawing, blah blah blah, or it won't get in, or it won't become part of the.
Well, we'll try it. How do I find the hashtag though on there once everybody hashtags it?
Well, you just click on one of the hashtags and you'll find all of them.
The hashtags on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the links that are in the.
Same thing with G+. Or.
I don't know how to work that either.
That's how hashtag works. You click on it on Facebook, on G+, on Twitter, or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'll get a whole stream of it. And if it's specific to Artcasters Art Challenge October, then more than likely nobody else is hashtagging their stuff that way.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can obviously when you first do the post where you say kind of what the theme of the month is. You could put that right in the thing, and if somebody doesn't, I mean, it's just like anything else when you're doing a challenge, there's certain rules. That could be one of the rules, and if they don't, and if they don't hashtag it, then there's a chance it won't get on there, and that's not your fault if they don't. So, I mean, it seems like it would suck having to try to track down all that artwork from the feed, so.
Well, I
Yeah, I
just
know.
what I do is I just save them as I post them. But yeah, it's like somebody can post and it goes by and I don't notice it because I'm busy. So, but yeah, it's kind of
Well,
a pain in the ass
I
making
know.
that video. That's for sure.
I know the animal, the challenge with the animals. I
Yeah.
saw a ton of posts. I don't know how many, but maybe a fourth of them.
No, they were all in there.
Really?
I don't know. It seems like now it's like I
thought
remember
there was a
more
lot.
of them. Now that I've made the video,
Yeah.
I thought I was getting all of them. This month is going to be even worse though, because it's like I shouldn't have put the monster thing in there. I should have just left it at Stephen King because I didn't realize like of course everybody's going to be doing monsters and now all these you Ink October guys are going to do one a day for the whole month. It's like I don't know. This one's going to be horrible, but whatever. Everybody likes them, so whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a great idea that that you post them in the video and all that.
Yeah, everybody likes it. I think I got most of the animal ones though. I mean I was pretty studious last month, so you know what I mean? The people I missed too, I actually didn't miss them in the feed. I did save their file, but I missed it like when I was putting the video together. I had them in the file and I shifted them all over and I left them in the folder. I didn't realize it. So that's what was with that. And it was only 2 people. Unless you know somebody else, Peter.
You got mine, right? Just kidding. I didn't do it.
Man. Why didn't you do one, Peter or Scott?
You know what?
It's a requirement for being in the Artcasters. Didn't you realize that?
What's that?
I said that's a requirement for being in the Artcasters.
No, well, this month I'll definitely be easy to do because I know I'll be able to do. I'll be like you said, I'm doing this Inktober thing, so I'm sure I'll have some monsters and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about it, but and then I thought, well, I've got other things I've done with animals, and maybe I'll just post it. But then I thought that was cheating, so I don't know. I with the 100 days and all this, and
yeah,
I
totally.
did not.
It really sucks with your time. Yeah.
I had a girl message me that wanted to like collect entry fees for the Artcasters challenge, and then we divvy up the money and like give it to a winner at the end.
In theory, I mean, that could be neat, but that seems like a hassle.
Right. I think we'd have like 1 entry. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's got all kinds of ideas, which is cool.
Yeah.
At least it's like an active group that everybody likes to participate in and everything, and it's fun.
Yeah, it seems like the majority of my Facebook feed is Artcasters related.
That's cool.
Yeah, I get that too.
And plus, it's your. I mean,
I'll say like I haven't been highly active with the group, but I try to keep an eye on things. I've only made 1 comment in the past couple weeks to somebody about posting too much. But,
well,
but I haven't even kicked
going
anybody
good.
out.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything's going fine. I haven't really seen anybody spamming in there or anything. I've been trying to watch, but
hey,
Travis
Peter.
watches. He's got a good control on it.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
So when you say posting too much, because say right now I'm doing the Inktober, so I've been posting 1 every day. What's the rule on posting too much? I guess.
That's too much.
Well, there's no hard and fast rule.
What's that?
There's no hard and fast rule. It's like not definite rules to it. But if I see somebody post like 8 different pictures up in 2 different posts, that seems like a lot in one day.
Okay.
Yeah, it was more like people posting like a ton of pictures in like one. You know what I mean? So it would just like be like one after another, and it would just fill the whole thing. Like 1 a day is no big deal. But yeah.
Yeah, one a day at least gives other people an opportunity to post.
Yeah.
So
When we started it, there was just people like,
I have no
I'm going to
problem
dump
with
my whole
that.
site into this group. You know?
Yeah, it's like, here's everything I ever did.
Yeah, I just posted my Facebook art page and my website. I thought it was too much posting both at the same time.
No, that's fine, you know. I encourage that, you know, put your link in there and stuff. Let people know who you are, especially in the beginning, so everybody can kind of meet you and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That was a creepy door.
Very Halloween.
That was me. My dog keeps coming in and out of my closed door.
Oh.
He knows,
Is that?
he knows how to open doors, and he keeps coming in. I have the door closed a little bit.
I thought Vincent Price was going to walk in.
Setting the mood for October, guys. Setting the mood.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, anybody doing? Speaking of which, I just thought of another topic. Is anybody doing anything October or Halloween related specifically this month? I'm kind of out for ideas. You know, I'm trying to think of what I want to do for Halloween or October.
Yeah, I always usually go nuts on Halloween, but this year I'm taking it easy. But like a friend of mine, we usually get together and we'll do something. So we're like planning. We usually just do a big yard display in his house. So this is going to be like a pirate theme. So right now he's building this. He bought these shiatsu massagers, and they've got these little things that vibrate. So he built these tentacles out of like pool noodles and
I
stuff.
see where you're going. Yeah.
And he's attached them to the shiatsu massagers to these tentacles. So we're gonna have this Kraken thing going on. We've got like tons of skeletons and dressed as pirates, and because we did pirates last year, so we're just building on it. So we'll have way more stuff. So, but this year he's doing the bulk of it. But he wants me to do, what was it? Oh, he found a Davy Jones mask at like a thrift store or something. So he wants to build the whole body. So he wants me to build the claw hand for that. So.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we usually go a little overboard. I'll have to post pictures and stuff of what it looks like.
Definitely.
That's like a whole thing I noticed on YouTube. These guys that are going crazy with the yard displays, and I mean they're on there like all year long, and their hangouts and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty wild, man. I guess every niche has its YouTube community. It seems like.
Well, that's kind of what I meant too. Like, is anybody doing any like commemorative art for this year's Halloween or any kind of special like? Do you have an annual Halloween thing you do, like art-wise, like a new piece, or?
I want to do like a new Elvira piece. I usually do one of those around Halloween, but that's about it.
Oh, cool.
I saw something somebody posted, and it was like in conjunction with Inktober, but it was called what was it called? Let's see, I forgot what it was called. It was Drawloween.
Drawloween.
Have you seen that? So basically, it's just a list. It's a list that goes along with Inktober, but it's all these creepy Halloween things. So it would say day 1 zombie, day 2 Frankenstein, day 3 mummy, day 4 whatever. So everyone would do their own version of that particular theme for each day of Inktober. But I'm not doing that. But I thought that was kind of cool.
That is cool.
Too many challenges.
I saw somebody that was jealous of Inktober, and they're doing Penciltober.
Nice.
They just want a pencil.
Is there something going on in November? I thought I heard something about November has something like that too.
Art-wise, well, they have NaNoWriMo, which is for writers.
Okay.
Art-wise, I don't know. For every day, for every month, for every year, I'm sure there's events, that people make up all the time.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sure.
already part of enough, so thank you.
I think
But
as far as the daily, like,
I'll say, good.
well, I was gonna say as far as the daily art prompt thing, you're talking about like each day a different monster. I wonder if there's that group Sketch Dailies. I'm sure they're probably doing that because they do one every day.
Sketch Daily. Is that on Facebook?
Facebook and Twitter,
Right.
and they might have a website too. I was doing it for a while. I just couldn't keep up with it, but it's fun. Sketch Dailies.
I think I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, just Google them or something. They're pretty good.
And what do they got like a topic every day, and then everybody throws in.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, it seems like everybody does. Like it's real popular.
There's like one, maybe two groups on Facebook. I think one like art jams, and I think it's every month is a different, I think it's every month is a different art challenge of some sort.
Too much challenges.
Yeah, well, it's like a friend of mine has the group together, and he's like, "I would love you to join the group." Okay, I'll join the group, but I don't know if I'm doing pieces. I got too much going on. He's like, "Oh, that's fine."
Why did it get so competitive?
Hey, speaking of all the challenges and stuff, I was wondering, Scott, did you? Because I know you did the leave the drawing around town thing last month. Did anybody? How did that work? I never heard.
Well, I left 4 different drawings. This was World Art Drop Day, which is another Jake Parker invention.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I left 4 different drawings, and I got an email from somebody who found 2 of them, and it wasn't even anybody I knew, but they had again I hashtagged World Art Drop Day, and they saw the first one. They saw that I was near the Cardinals Stadium, and the football team, not the baseball team, but and then I guess they happened to be in the area, so they went and found it, and then they were following me after that, and there was another one I left at in an arcade, and they found that one too, so they posted it. So 2 of them got claimed, and I don't know about the other 2. I assume one was kind of at like a light rail station.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could have been anyone, and the other one was pretty close to my house in a library. I just left it in one of Jake Parker's books. So I assume it would have got checked out by now. So I assume somebody found it, but
yeah, so probably somebody.
Yeah, but that was kind of cool.
Didn't contact you. Yeah.
That's the thing too, though. If they even bother telling you that they got it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get like notification, especially because I don't have a lot of people follow me. It just was by chance that somebody noticed and happened to be in the area. So I mean, but if you're like when Jake Parker did his, well, before he did the World Art Drop Day, he did like it was just his vacation. He was going on like a multi-state vacation where in every state he went to, he left a different drawing.
Yeah.
And I think 95% of his got claimed, but he's got a lot of people following him and stuff. So, but yeah, I was happy that somebody found the 2 of them. It kind of made my day. So.
You made a good video.
Mm-hmm.
You were out there dropping them with your daughter and stuff. I thought that was cool.
But I don't even know. I don't know how many people were watching that. I mean, I know I get some views from those, but they're not always people that live around here that can find them. So.
Yeah, totally. That's the thing. When some of your fans are, and then plus they live next to you or close enough to go drive around and get your art. That's, yeah. So.
Yeah, I was following another guy local here, and I saw that he posted one, and before I was right in that area, and I'm like, oh, I should have went to get it. And my daughter's like, let's go get it. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be there because it was like totally in plain sight. It was at a restaurant. I'm like, yeah, if I backtrack and go over there, there's no way it's still going to be there. So.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, I kind of thought about it that day, but then I just thought, I don't want to drive anywhere. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to get a hold of some of your artwork. That would be awesome.
It was going to be something pretty cheesy. So
Yeah, I mean, mine. I didn't spend a lot of time on mine, but
yeah. Well, I just wanted to do it because then I could, film a video that day or whatever.
Yeah.
Give me an idea for a video. But... Did you
So
do it,
we're
Peter?
getting hit by. What's that?
I said, did you do it, Peter?
We're getting hit by thunderstorms. Did I do one? No.
No. Okay.
I think he's having some connection issues or something.
So, shoot, now we're at a loss.
Well,
Did you,
New York Comic Con is coming up. I wanted to mention that.
You going to that one, Peter?
Who's going?
Nobody here, probably. No, I'm not going this year. I was hoping to be able to get out there, but of course, like, if I was going alone, I can, I can get a place to crash and spend a long time there and whatnot. But I couldn't go without Lisa, my girlfriend Lisa, not Lisa in the chat.
I was gonna say what?
But I know a ton of people that will be there. I think actually Jersey's gonna go there. It'll be his first time. Jersey Droz in New York, promoting his book. So
He's got a
like,
book that came out now?
Like everybody's going to be there. Even Elena from 100 Days of Making Comics is going to be there. She's flying out the last day of her 100 days.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm sure I'll hear a lot of stories after the fact.
Yeah. Is that this month then? October?
That's, I think it's next weekend. I think it starts the 9th. It might be a 4-day convention. I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, October 9th. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I've never been to.
Of course, it's, we had so many different kind of conventions there, but this is the newest one, and it's run reasonably well. I mean, it's gotten bigger and bigger since it started. They've been doing it, I even forget, maybe 5 or 6 years now, and it's doubled in size each time. It's almost like, the convention next to San Diego, supposedly. Kind of. So it's got a little bit of everything, but it's not the Hollywood experience you get from San Diego. But it used to be that the two biggest comic publishers were in New York. I even forget if DC moved yet. I don't know if they moved yet. But it's going to, I guess it will change the experience a little bit once they do.
Yeah. They're moving? Like, where are they moving? California or something?
Yeah, somewhere out in California. Because, Jim Lee and up there, I believe. And they're doing so much with TV and movies and whatnot. I guess it makes sense to them to be over there. Actually, I even forget if it's in California or if it's just somewhere west.
Yeah. That's
Is
crazy.
that where Warner Brothers is located, I assume, too? Or does that have anything to do with the comics, or are they kind of separate?
It's not like I'm like following it closely. They mentioned moving. I think it was Christmas last year or something. I haven't really heard that much about it since then. I'm not looking to be published by them again, so I'm building my own company.
Yeah.
But I only, it's like, yeah,
End of an
he
era,
works for them, but I don't really talk to him about his work.
Hmm. That's pretty wild. But then I guess, none of the comics are getting made in-house anyway, so... everybody's like all over the place freelance.
Yeah, I mean they could pretty much be anywhere they want to be. I still think New York is a better location for them, but the rent is high, and
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live out there.
and the business, even 10 years ago, there's a lot more people working for them that aren't living in New York, that aren't even living in the United States.
Yeah.
So they could be, in the middle of nowhere, really.
Yeah.
But I think their move is because of the movies and TV and animation, everything that takes place on the West Coast. So
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Did anybody catch that Gotham TV show?
I saw the first one.
No.
No.
I heard it was kind of bad.
I saw the first 2 episodes. I liked it, but it really it can go. I don't know.
Either way, yeah.
It's hard to judge.
I watched the beginning of it. I didn't watch the rest though.
I was watching Castle. It was on at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife likes Castle. That's a pretty good show.
Nathan Fillion. Main reason to watch.
Yeah.
I think I heard he's doing another. What is it? Dr. Horrible's sing-along.
Oh, really?
I heard that somewhere too.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they do it. I really like that.
Me too. It was awesome.
Yeah. So who's got something on their mind they want to get out? Everybody's quiet.
Trying to think of something.
Vermont's having its first ever Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Welcome to the club, Vermont.
Yep. It's going to be very, very tiny, but,
That's crazy. The first one ever?
Yep.
That's cool.
I'm definitely going in costume.
Do you know if there's a big comic community there? Or
in Burlington we have one comic book store, so ish.
So what are you going in costume as?
Catwoman.
oh,
Catwoman.
Cool.
what version?
Which version? Yeah.
Definitely not the Tim Burton version with the cowl thing. Is just looks like a shower cap.
Not Halle Berry version, right?
No.
That's even worse.
Honestly, anything but Halle Berry would be fun.
Basically, I'm just finding whatever is available and not too expensive.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard about so out here we have Phoenix Comic Con, which is a pretty big, event. It's one of the bigger ones in the Southwest. But I guess the people that are doing Phoenix, I guess there's been a lot of people that want them to do like a winter show because that's when all the tourism is here. Because, they do, Phoenix Comic Con is in the summer, and, it's like 110 and up. So people that come out here, like, not too crazy about that. So,
hell to visit.
So they're starting this other convention, and it's what's cool is it's like going to be super close to me, because it's in a different location. Because I guess the Phoenix Convention Center at that peak time it would just be too expensive to do, so they're going to do it at the Arizona Cardinals Stadium, and that's about 20 minutes from me. So, but the thing is, they're going to do it in December, and this is like the first I've heard of it. And so I guess they're kind of rushing into it. So I don't know how big it'll be, but it'll be cool to have another show out here, and like there'll be plenty of like free parking and everything. So I want to exhibit there because the tables, I think the table space for this one is only like, I think it's like $180 or something.
Wow.
So yeah, and it's a 3-day event, so I'm pretty sure I can make my money back from that. So especially Christmas season, I assume people are will be shopping for Christmas gifts. So, but it's like I guess right now the tables are invite only, but I should be on the list because I exhibit at Phoenix, which I guess is one of the requirements for this one. So I'm just waiting to get an invite for it because it sounds like it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty small to begin with, but I'm sure it'll grow. But it's just weird that they said they'd rather. Because I guess the Super Bowl is going to be held here this year, and they said that they'd rather just do it this year because there's probably going to be a lot of people here, rather than wait till next year. But it seems like they're just throwing it together really fast, so I'm curious to see what happens with it. But I think it's called Phoenix Fan Fest or Arizona Fan Fest or something like that.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. But
and then that other con that's down by you, that thing's like huge or something now, isn't it?
Phoenix is huge, yeah. I think Phoenix and obviously San Diego is the biggest, and then I think probably Emerald City, and then I think Phoenix might be in there somewhere too. But everyone, as far as if you take at least in the Southwest, if you take like San Diego out of the equation, everyone says that the best show is probably like Emerald City.
Right.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think Phoenix is right up there. I mean, it's a pretty big show. It doesn't have a huge media presence. I don't think any of them do other than San Diego. But there's just a really good art, comics community here. So you see a lot of local guys, and then a lot of people coming in from other places as well. Like, I don't know, I've seen like Jeremy Burley, who he's on here every once in a while, or I've seen him there a few times, and so
that's cool.
But it's cool, yeah. We've got like three fairly decent sized. Assuming this new one happens, we've got 3 fairly decent sized conventions here. So, but I want to start trying to travel to some other places and try their shows out. I didn't get around to it. It's gonna have to wait till next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the third one that's down by you then?
Well, there's one called Amazing Arizona, and it's not huge, but it's decent.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? If I go go a little further out, Tucson has a pretty decent comic convention too. I've wanted to do that this year, but I couldn't put that on the schedule. But it's in the Phoenix area anyway. There's one called Amazing Arizona Con, and there's also like Amazing Las Vegas Con. They're owned by the same company. So.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
I heard Vegas was pretty good, but that might just be because a lot of people just want to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one. And plus, you could get like a cheap flight there.
Yeah. That's part of it is just the travel. Like, I'd love to go to like New York, but there's like no way. I know there's no way I would even be able to even come close to breaking even or anything, just because the travel. It's like way across.
Yeah.
It's too far away. Although my girlfriend lived in New York for 8 years, so she took me back there, and I had never been to New York, and I just loved it. I'd love to go back.
It's a cool place.
Yeah.
I haven't been to New York yet.
I loved it.
Yeah. It's changing, but it's still cool.
Yeah. That Vermont con that's going to come up, is that a one-day con, or is it like a 3-day, or what?
It's 2 days.
2-day? That's still pretty good.
It's good to start off. I've seen some conventions that start off like trying to do like a 3-day or whatever, but it's probably best to start off like a couple days and then grow.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than just being all dead, you know. Some of those like hotel conventions, I couldn't imagine sitting there for like 3 days. You know?
It's at the Sheraton.
What is it?
Yeah, it's at the Sheraton.
So are you going to table there then, Lisa?
No, I didn't have the money for it.
Yeah, but sometimes these small shows are pretty good for. It's weird. It's like a toss-up. I mean, the big shows definitely have a lot more, traffic, but sometimes these smaller shows, if you're one of the few people exhibiting there, you can do pretty well at. It's weird, you never know.
I agree, actually. I think like a lot of times at these bigger ones, you can kind of get lost,
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even imagine going to San Diego and really.
Well, because I watched like Kenny Keene's videos, and he seemed like he did a couple of these smaller shows, and it sounded like he did pretty well at them.
Yeah.
I think he in Virginia? I think. I could be wrong. Thought that's where he was.
I don't know.
Usually at the big shows, people see a lot more, but actually tabling, I hear a lot more people bitching. Oh, I didn't make any money, or I didn't get seen, or
Yeah. Yeah, that one guy, John, who's usually on here, was complaining about Emerald City Con or whatever.
Oh, really?
Not making money, yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about that con, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's getting big, though. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you just kind of got lost in the shuffle or something. But then not everybody's gonna make it work too. So.
Is the one out by you? Is that just Denver Con, Jeff?
Yeah, it's the Denver Con. It's a real big show. I was really impressed.
I've heard good things about that show too from Daniel and Steve.
I saw them here actually. Him and the guy with the hats.
Oh yeah. Fezarama,
yeah. So, but yeah, I was blown away actually because I hadn't been to a con in like years, and I went to that one not really realizing, and just it was like a real legitimate con with like real artists and movie stars and shit. I was like, whoa, what the heck? Because I was used to like here, like it used to be at the Holiday Inn, and it'd be like a single day con, a bunch of dealers, and there'd almost be more artists than there were,
I think you'd be super successful if you did more cons. Because you just look at your stuff and right away, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
It's it just has that draw to it. But so you haven't done a lot of cons, or?
Just that one so far. I'm planning on doing more, but not this year. You know what I mean? Just because of the money thing. So.
Yeah. That's the reason why I haven't done more. I wanted to, but it's just. But this one that's coming up is just too good a deal to pass up. So.
Yeah. There's one like here this month, like up by the airport or something in one of those hotels. I don't know. I almost thought to give them a email and just see if I could get a free table and go, but I don't know if it's worth it though.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything about it. I just saw it on somebody else's site, so.
There's a convention next month, OC3 Con. I'm not sure what that means. It's just a one-day convention in some part of Kentucky nearby. I was messaged by the guy running it, and he asked me if I wanted a table. So I said sure. So one-day convention, $4.
Yeah, man. Probably worth going, especially if you got a free table or something. That's awesome.
Yeah. I hate to turn down a free table.
Yeah. Totally.
So I'll be doing that.
How'd you manage to get a free table? Why were they giving it away?
He's Peter Palmiotti. That's why.
That's right.
He just.
That's right. I want one.
I've been offered food, but not a ton. It's like I was offered one in Mexico. I never was able to get around to getting out there. But,
in Mexico?
It's supposedly a good convention out there.
Yeah. That'd be pretty wild.
In Mexico or New Mexico?
Mexico. I forget the.
I feel like there's a whole backstory to this.
Location.
It's like that one time in Mexico. Beside the donkey
South
show.
of the border.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can come to our show, but you can never leave.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everybody gets kidnapped in Mexico now, don't they? I mean,
Yes.
what you have to do to get out.
Yes. You go to Mexico, you get kidnapped.
Well, wasn't that going on like a couple of years ago or something? Like where they were saying everybody's getting kidnapped when they went there? I thought.
I think that was the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it was like where a woman and her boyfriend were like on the border, like crossing it or something, and the boyfriend got kidnapped, like right in front of her eyes, or something like that.
Yeah, there was something.
This world is crazy.
Yeah, I know. For sure. So,
That's why I stay.
That's why you stay
stick
put.
with the fiction. Yes.
Right.
So I was on Netflix today, and I believe this was an old movie, but it was called Please Subscribe. I don't know if you ever saw it.
Sounds familiar.
But it's about YouTubers.
Oh,
really?
That's cool.
I'll have to check that out. Is it, when you say it's an old, is it out of date, or is it?
Yeah, because like one of the guys in it stopped posting videos in 2012. So I didn't even look at the date, but it's probably, at least 2 years before that, probably. I'm guessing.
Well, just how fast the net changes too. If it's like 6 months ago, it could be completely different.
Yeah, I find out when I'm looking for tutorials on something and I see like 2010, I'm like, that's not.
Right.
Not gonna be
That's
relevant.
not going to help you.
Yeah.
But in the movie, it was mostly just bloggers and their success and how, hey, I thought this would be a business. I just put a video up because I was, in my kitchen drunk and cooking, You know, and now it's a whole business. You know,
Yeah.
none of the people in the movie I heard of. So all of them were new to me. But the guy that I mentioned, like, stopped posting in 2012, I forget his name, but he did a news program or a spreadsheet or, you know, video series where he talked about the top 100 YouTubers. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's very cool. I would be very interested in knowing who they are.
Yeah.
But since he's not doing it, I don't know where you would find, like, the recent list, if that even exists in any form.
I don't know. You know, I don't know where I could say like that does exist, but I know I've like looked up stuff like that. You know, where it's like it's almost like a ranking of like who's getting the most views, who's making the most money, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? If you like search it, you can find it.
Yeah.
For a while, I was kind of really researching it. You know, just seeing if what kind of money people were making, but. There's a lot of people that make a living at it, though.
Yeah, it's weird that
Crazy.
certain things like that, when they go viral, like my sister-in-law used to work with the owner of Grumpy Cat.
Yeah.
So, and it's just, you know, she told me about it, and then next thing you know, this thing just like is blowing up, and it's, you know, it's just kind of crazy how, you know, obviously I think she quit her job and everything, and for a while that's what they were doing. I don't know if they're still doing that but yeah, it's weird how just things like that catch on.
I don't know the Grumpy Cat one. What is that?
Well, it's just basically just this real cat that she bought, or she, you know, adopted from a shelter, and it's got this just a natural look on its face. It's like it's scowling. It's just like this sad face, and they started putting captions on it, and then it just blew up as this meme. And
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how they make their money. I guess, well, they've done like public appearances, and I guess they signed to do like a movie deal and all this kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I can't believe they're actually doing a movie.
yeah.
Oh
Well,
my God.
you never know
Yeah.
when they say they got a movie deal, whether that actually happens or not. I mean, I've had movie deal before too. Not a movie deal, but a television deal, and that fell through. So it's yeah, that kind of yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty wild. I mean, if you can get a lot of views, I mean, I remember seeing, you know, the kid that goes to the dentist and he's like, you know what I mean, his dad's driving him home and he's talking all crazy in the back seat.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
And they had him on, you know, his dad or whatever on just the normal news one night, and they were talking about, you know, the same thing, like, you know, what are these YouTubers, you know, they're making money or whatever, you know, and so like the dad said that like that one video just paid for like the kid's college basically.
Wow.
And you know, I don't know the last time I went and looked at that thing, but I mean it's millions of hits on it.
Yeah, but that, you know, that's kind of, well, one, it's that lightning in a bottle, but it's also
Absolutely.
it's not like a channel where I don't think, unless they keep
Right.
taking the kid back to the dentist to get all doped up. It's not
Don't go to the
it's
dentist.
like a one-time thing, you know. But it's cool that they can send him to college with it. That's awesome.
Totally. I mean that's that, but I mean then there's the, you know, those other people who have those massive audiences. Yeah. But
Well, you know, in the movie they would talk. That guy mentioned like YouTube partnership. Does that even still exist?
yeah, that's what the
Is that-
ad program is. If you can, like, I mean, that's
So
what it's.
I'm
Yeah, I don't know if maybe they've changed the name, but that's
a
basically
partner then.
that's the ad program. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, hey Jeff,
Yes.
you're probably the most successful here on YouTube.
I don't know
Have you
about
got anything from these companies that want to help promote you and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that those aren't good. I don't know if you've had the same experience or if you just ignored them or if you tried it or.
Yeah, that I've ignored them, and yeah, I just got another one. Like I don't know, I get one every like couple months from somebody, and I don't know. That's what I did. I just like looked it up on the net, you know, searched the names and stuff, and you know, that's what people are kind of saying. But I don't know. Are they trying to get you on there too?
I got one before, but I ignored it, and then I'm glad I did because I was watching. Are you familiar with Draw with Jazza?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. He's an Australian artist, and he's super successful on YouTube. He's got tons of how-to videos and everything. And so he did one like basically there's an episode on how to be successful on YouTube that he did, and he just kind of talked about how he did it. And he had mentioned those partnership things, whatever they're called, where they try to say they're going to boost your audience and do all this stuff, and it sounds like a kind of bunch of snake oil. So
yeah,
it's kind of like what's the I can't think of the term for it. Where what is it called? Where these gurus come out and they're gonna boost your ranking on like Google and all that stuff.
Oh, SEO and stuff.
Yeah, SEO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, at least that's what they say. It's like they have so many channels that, like, because they have so many views, like, aggregate, that they get more money for the ads than, like, what you would get, you know, on your small amount of views or whatever. And I don't know. It just sounded like I don't want to sign over my little thing that, you know, even though, like, my little check is just piddly, I don't want to give it to somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I just got it, but
on the video he said he was making less money.
So he's making less now?
Less than he was before without him.
Yeah. That's kind of what I found, like when I was like searching it. I just like found people complaining, you know, that nothing was happening or they're not getting what they used to and stuff. But you know, Peter, like, I mean, like, when we're talking about, like, guys that are making money, the guy that was, one of the guys that was on the show last week, Brandon Kinney, you know, he talks to me about that a lot. He's got a YouTube channel also, and I don't know, he just kind of pays attention to it. And, you know, one of the people that, like, he kind of brought up to me that I had no idea was, like, these guys who stream their video games. Have you guys heard about any of this stuff?
That's like the biggest thing on YouTube. That's
right. And they're like, they're making like all this money, you know, just for like playing video games and, you know, making wisecracks or whatever the heck they're doing. It's crazy, man.
That's what my kids watch on YouTube.
Oh my God. Really? I'll tell them to turn the damn camera on and start playing and talking. Maybe they can bring it, make some money.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Do you?
Yeah.
You do that?
Well, no, I don't video myself, but I have.
Channel?
I watch other friends of mine play and chat with them on Twitch.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
That's the new thing, Twitch.
And this Twitch is like a new, like YouTube or something? What is this? I remember you telling me about it last week.
Live stream, right?
Streaming?
Yeah, it's live streaming.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's good for video games. I've watched like Quake tournaments and stuff on there, but yeah, I don't know anything about how to make money on there.
Yeah.
Well, there's people who can actually donate money to you
Oh, okay.
for whatever you're doing.
That's cool.
Well, that's interesting.
Do they have artists on there? Do you know?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's a big thing for video games, so I'm not exactly sure if it's for that. I mean, it could be for anything, but I don't know.
I think I
People
used.
don't use
Yeah, I think
what things are made for.
I used to work for a game design company, and we started doing a live stream, and I think that's what we were using was Twitch. I think that's the one.
Okay.
You were doing a live stream of like what? Like playing games or?
No, not playing. Well, that's a
work?
lot of what's on there, but so I worked for a game company, and we did Facebook games and everything. So we had an audience and stuff, but we would go on there, and they would talk about the new characters that were coming out, and then I would do like you know, I'd show how we draw the characters and stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Well, what about you, Lisa? Are you going to start making some art videos and stuff and get in on this whole art casting thing? May as well. You got a webcam, obviously.
Yeah, I've thought of it. I don't really know how I feel about it. I probably will at some point.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I mean, it's good. A good way to, bring attention to your art. That's for sure. It's obviously worked out, for me somewhat, and I don't know, other people a lot more, So anything that stand out, I think. You know what I mean? In the sea of everything else.
Basically, create your own show.
There you go.
Make your own rules.
That's right.
So does everyone on here mainly only create art, or do they have another job on the side?
I think it's
Curious.
I think it's unusual to say. I think it's unusual to say, but I think everyone in this chat, I think that's their job. I think, that's not always the case. Usually that's not the case. But in this instance,
I agree. That's usually not the case. That's pretty funny that we're all in here, like, making a living at it. So.
Woohoo! Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to hear. I have a lot of family members who are telling me that I need to get a real job.
it's not easy.
I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I've had my.
If you start now building your own business with art in mind, it's a huge advantage for yourself. To create your own business, you'll do better off, and you'll have much more experience than going to work for somebody else. In many ways.
Yeah, because you're doing everything.
And you should do videos. You should do post prints on your own store and have as much out there as possible. Because exposure is a great thing, and definitely coming on here is brave, for a new artist, and getting the word out about your work and whatnot, and so everything's in your favor. Even failing in public is in your favor because it's all a learning experience. I've been doing YouTube videos for a while, and I'm no slick professional. I just try to be honest, if anything else. I'm not highly produced or know what I'm saying half the time. But I have fun doing them, and people have fun watching them, and it just gets the word out about what I'm working on and whatnot. So I consider it all a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. What like when you say your family wants you to get a real job and all that? Because I mean, I don't know. I kind of had that pressure, but then I kind of didn't. But I do wish, like, in a way, but then you don't know till you're older, Like, if I knew now what I knew back then, I'd be like, the hell I am getting a job? You know what I mean? I definitely would have wasted my time trying to fit into any kind of normal situation. I would have painted some pictures and sold them, you know what I mean? I wish I'd have known that when I was younger, because that's really what it boils down to.
I think my dad's side of the family is usually the people in my family that are negative towards me only selling my work because they're very opinionated.
Right.
And stuck in their own personal experiences and thinking that their own personal experiences are going to be my experience, and they don't realize that I'm not them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do what they want to do. I want to do my own thing. And that happens to be art. I mean, they're starting to come around and realize that I do actually have talent, but it's taken a while for them to get to where they are. In fact, I don't feel comfortable inviting most of them to my art shows because I don't really feel comfortable with their reaction to other people's artwork and being supportive of me.
Yeah.
Which is too bad, but...
Well, they'll come around once they see you making money. You know what I mean? Once they like realize like she doesn't have a job for like last 3 years. I mean, they'll start to think this is kind of cool. I don't know.
Well,
maybe
people, you know, who haven't maybe been able to do kind of what they wanted to or follow their own dreams, they're always going to try to put people down because they can't do something, they think that you can't do it either. It's kind of, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I have my mom on my side because she went to school for art, and she's still trying to sell her work. I mean, she did quite a few years ago fall and hurt her arm, and it was just agonizing for her to draw or paint anymore. And she's starting to like rework her arm again, and she's drawing constantly, but she just hasn't been selling work in such a long time. She lacks the confidence to actually get out there and start selling things again.
Yeah. And it's a different world too. You know, I mean,
yeah,
it's such
definitely.
a different world from when I was like starting compared to now. Just the platform of like selling is just like so much more prevalent now, and it's hard to kind of like. I mean, it took me forever to wrap my head around it. That this is like different. This is a different game. You know, it's not like it was, and I don't know. It's like the web. It's here. You know, and so you know, I don't know. You can't blame your mom for kind of staying in that old mindset.
Yeah, she said that the main reason why she halted on her idea of selling cards was because she had to go to a printing press company and it was too expensive.
Yeah, see, that's just like, that's gone now.
Yeah, and
selling cards as in greeting cards, or?
Yeah, greeting cards. She does fairies and elves and children's artwork.
That's cool though. That's like massive though. You know, that's like an awesome market on like eBay. You know, I see so many like, especially like girls and stuff. I'm making a generalization, but it just seems like that just like kill it on there doing that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like the fairies, the elves, the cutie kind of art.
Yep, fairies are very popular.
Fantasy in general.
Yeah, fantasy in general.
There's a site, Etsy, where that would be, you know, I see a lot of that kind of work.
I agree. Etsy's like a good place for that kind of stuff. Are you? Do you know about Etsy, Lisa?
I do. I have a friend who actually just recently signed up for it and shortly after sold her first thing. So I'm definitely interested. I just don't like the idea that they charge you every time you post.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a drag.
Is that how that works? Because I've been wanting to check out Etsy because I'm right now I'm all about, you know, trying to get it out at as many places, my artwork, because I've got like the Store and Be store, but then Etsy's a big thing too. But I didn't know that they charge for that.
It's a really, really tiny amount. I just don't. Yeah. I don't have a credit card because I don't have any credit.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, stay at that as long as you can. But yeah, on Etsy it's 20 cents an item is what it is. But I was going to say, you know, a thing about the credit card, because I don't have credit cards either. I'm like a big, like, you know, no credit, you know, at all. And like my thing is like I have a PayPal account. If you're on Etsy, you got to have a way to get paid. It's probably going to be PayPal. Just sign up for PayPal, and then, you know, put some money in there, and then they'll give you like basically their version of a debit card, and you can use that as a credit card. So like when you sign up for eBay, you use your PayPal card, you know, Etsy PayPal card, Amazon PayPal card, same thing. Anywhere they need a credit card because it's like a MasterCard debit card. So, and then you don't have to mess around with credit.
I tried signing up for PayPal, but they told me that I couldn't because I didn't have any credit.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, you have to have it as a backup, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You have to have a credit card? Oh, well, no, a bank account, right? Not a credit
Well,
card, though.
I have a checking account, and for some reason they just said you are not eligible because you have no credit.
You have. Oh.
So
It could be something.
Maybe,
It could be something different, but I think you have to have a credit card for backup. In case something falls through, it'll charge your credit card.
Oh, okay.
Well, I thought it. I mean, I know you're right. I mean, and it's like if you get a return or something and you pull the money out, they're gonna take it. But it's always like been my bank account. I mean, unless they've changed stuff recently.
I don't know. They just got more uptight about have to have a credit card on file. You don't have to have your phone number, but they always push for that, and then they're just getting more secure, I guess.
Yeah. Less of the Wild West anymore.
Yeah.
Another idea might be to
PayPal was bought out recently,
Was it?
or separated. They separated from eBay, or
They
will be.
separated. Yeah, they separated from eBay, or they're going to, like in 6 months from now. Who knows what'll happen when that happens.
So what do you have to use instead of PayPal for eBay now?
I think they're still going to use PayPal. I don't think they're going to.
Yeah,
I hope they don't switch
they're just
around.
making it separate business.
Okay.
But I was going to say, like, another way you maybe could get around that whole credit card thing, if that's true, is maybe you could go to like King Supers or something and just buy one of those, gift card credit cards. You know what I mean? So that you put money on. Like my wife used to have like a MasterCard where you just load money on it and then you could use it as a credit card.
Oh.
And then use that number to like go into PayPal and get your account. I mean, to me, like you got to get that account because that's like that's how you get paid everywhere. You know what I mean? PayPal's like so that's got to happen. If you're gonna sell online anyway.
I was thinking of getting a debit card for that, but I'm not sure if they accept that kind of credit.
They will, but it's more risky for you because if anybody ever hacks that number or gets that number, then they have direct access to your entire bank account.
Yeah, I'm always worried about that. That's why
I used to
haven't
shop with
gotten one
one.
yet.
I used to shop with one online, and then it was brought to my attention how bad an idea that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then again, it could be safe too. I mean, it's an option, but you just gotta be willing to hope that number never gets hacked or nothing.
Right. Well, I do. I mean, like the bank account that's hooked to my PayPal account, it's like I have like that all separate from like my main stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I wouldn't want it to be like all together. So like once I mean, I don't really ever pull my PayPal money into my bank account anymore, but. Because I have a card, so I just like use it on the card. But yeah, I don't know. That's that's a good point, but I don't know. Somehow there's a way to make it work. I'm sure though.
And if PayPal doesn't want to cooperate with you, I think there's a couple other companies out there that I know PayPal's the big one everybody uses, but there's like there's I don't know.
Stripe or something now.
Yeah, try to get PayPal.
Well, Store Envy is switching over to Stripe. That's like the thing I've been hearing, and that's what they're keep bothering me about every time I go to Store Envy.
Is that like PayPal or is that?
I don't know. I hope the heck they're not going to stop taking PayPal because I think that's going to hurt their business if they do. But they're just saying, and anytime I like Google it or something like that, it's like it's hard to get out of the search just for Stripe. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's like the people that are saying it are just like talking about how secure it is. So I can't find like if they're saying that they're going to get rid of PayPal, but
hopefully it won't.
I hope not.
That's another one of those. That's another one of those sites like DeviantArt where I feel like my business kind of hinges on if it ever goes away, then I'm kind of screwed.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. That's what makes me just so fucking paranoid about like eBay too, And not so much eBay going away, but if they, somebody you just never know, with all their rules and stuff, and so harsh on, the selling rules and stuff. You just, you don't want to get banned off there or something.
So over time, it's probably a good idea to find alternatives, but there isn't that much out there for a couple of these key websites, that we need.
Absolutely. Because I've been looking for an alternative to eBay forever, and I can't find one as good.
All I can think of is Etsy.
Yeah. And I'm on Etsy too, but it's just like I mean, it's probably maybe one sale to, I was gonna say 20, but probably even more than that on Etsy. You know what I mean? It's pathetic compared to.
Some people do really good, but I don't know how.
I know. I think it's just that niche thing. It's like some people. It's like their audience is there, and they just work it. I agree.
It'd be good to study though. If you find somebody like that, just kind of stalk them a little bit, find out what they're doing, where they're advertising.
Yeah.
No, I mean seriously.
I'm laughing because I know what you mean, and that's exactly what I do.
I must stalk them, but yeah.
That's how you find out stuff.
That's how you learn how these people are doing it.
Yeah.
That is true.
When I first started, I was on eBay primarily, and I was always constantly following other artists and stalking them on, watching their auctions, and constantly just observing everything they're doing, from their feedback to their auction practices, and you learn a lot just by acting like you're a customer. Acting like you're somebody that's going to buy it.
I've done that before.
Yeah, you got it. That's how you do the research.
Yep.
I stalked Peter quite often.
For years, right?
Yep.
I was going to mention Jay, who's known as Airheads. He tried to get on tonight. Unfortunately, I think his laptop finally bit the dust, so he mentioned possibly getting a new computer soon.
They won't hold it against him.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't know what happened to Kevin. He said he was going to try to make tonight, and it's even listing him as watching, but and Barry never showed up. I'm thinking of ending this episode soon, unless there's any burning desire to talk about something.
What is
right now
what is that art prompt thing you're doing? The art, like the art theme or whatever. Are you doing another one of those?
Oh yeah, it's
I missed the last two.
Oh, did you? It's not. Oh yeah.
Oh, we got somebody.
Howdy.
How you doing?
Somebody just.
He's just watching.
Anyway, it's Stephen King and also monsters. So that's what the content or the.
Okay, that's right. That's for all of October.
All of October, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, dude. Do
Yeah,
something,
and it's drawing Stephen King, creations, not drawing Stephen King.
Yeah.
Well, how about
Although you can do that, I guess.
Stephen King monster.
Combine
the two.
Combine the two.
I haven't seen any. I've seen Monster. I haven't seen any of the Stephen King ones. Have there been any posted yet, Jeff?
I haven't seen any.
I haven't seen it either.
Sounds like a cool theme. I'd like to do that one. I'm trying to think who I would do.
I got a couple that come to mind, like maybe Christine or the. That's about it.
I think the one that comes to mind first.
There's a lot.
I thought I had. I was gonna say Langoliers, but I forget what they even look like.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the Lawnmower Man.
That'd be cool. Wasn't there one with like fog? I could draw fog.
The Mist.
Yes. I'll draw the Mist.
The Mist, yeah.
Actually, the Mist had the movie version had some really cool, like, interdimensional creatures in it. Those would be cool to draw.
That'd be cool. I'll have to look those up.
Yeah, there's some.
I'll
There's
probably
some
do
good
something
stuff.
in Dark Tower series.
That'd be cool.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
The dome, under the dome, but they didn't have any creatures.
Yeah. You should do one too, Lisa.
Sure.
It'd be in there.
Paint it or draw it. Take a picture.
What?
Paint it or draw it. Take a picture. There's no reason you can't.
Yeah.
Take a picture of an alien creature.
I did actually take a class recently on myth and monsters for illustration.
Ooh, so you got some ideas.
Yep.
There you go.
That's neat. That sounds like a cool class to be in.
Yeah, I love
Yeah, it
mythology
was
stuff.
fun.
That'd be cool.
It was a two-parter class with writing, and the second part was the artwork.
Oh, that's cool. So there's like some writing in there too and stuff. That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
So
Learned about all of the mythological creatures and the history behind them and everything. It was fun.
Yeah. That's really neat.
Watched some movies too.
I'm always fascinated with mythology.
So we'll watch some Clash of the Titans.
No, we skipped that one.
Dude, that new one was pretty good.
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
CG Fest, but
It is a C. That's just what I was gonna say.
it was done well. It wasn't done too bad.
It was pretty good though. Yeah, I can't complain.
It's not like Turtles, where the main characters of the movie are done with CG, which is always a bad idea.
Is that
Yeah, I
thing
never
out yet? Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've never seen it.
It's
Like,
good.
New...
As a major Turtles fan, it's really good, but I kind of wish they stuck with the costumes like the first three.
Yeah.
But it's really good. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it.
That's cool.
New take on it.
Yeah. It's getting like trashed on the net, I noticed though.
I don't know.
How much money?
At least.
All the
We know you get money from talking
all
about
the yeah, it's really good. Go see it a couple times.
it.
You did work on it?
No.
Oh.
I'm just being paid to promote it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is doing a Turtles fan
Yeah.
comic.
That's not you, is it, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Me and the writer Nick Argenbright. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I mean, they were talking about Peter at the drawing group, and I totally didn't realize that was you. That's awesome. Yeah, I was like noticing that thing's drawing pretty damn well. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And then they're running a Kickstarter for it or something, right? Or Indiegogo or.
No. I don't know.
You're not getting any. Well, what are they? They're running something, Peter. What is it?
Oh,
It's a
Patreon.
Oh,
Yeah.
a Patreon thing.
Sorry, it
Okay.
took me a second to figure out what you're talking about. Patreon.
Yeah.
Patronage.
So okay, let's just close this out. Thanks everybody for coming. We'll
You're welcome.
go outros. Eric, tell us where you're at.
I am at home. So I'm like half asleep.
Come by anytime.
No, I'm over here in Eric Webb Graphics HQ, doing a little art here and there, and you can find me at www.ericwebbgraphics.com or ericwebbgraphics.deviantart.com. And I'm on YouTube. Just search for me.
Yeah. Cool. And you're making videos now, so people should check them out.
Yep.
And Jeff?
JeffLafferty.net. Thanks for everybody that came and everybody watching out there.
That's right. And Lisa, where can we find your Facebook page?
It's at my full name, Elizabeth Eldred, and with an S instead of a Z.
Okay. Cool. And Scott?
You can find me at circworks.com, SERKWORKS, or I'm on basically all the social networks, well, most of them. And then I've got my I'll be wrapping up. Both me and Peter both will be wrapping up our 100 days of making comics pretty soon, and that's on YouTube. It'll be CircWorks, I guess, on YouTube. And then after that, hopefully, I'll be doing something else cool.
Awesome.
I'm sure you will. And I am Peter Palmiotti, your humble host of Artcasters Chat. Yeah, I guess we'll try. Jeff is going to try hosting next week's because I need a little break.
Everybody here has to come next week. That help me out.
I'm gonna be camping, so.
God dang it.
Sorry. I didn't know there was going to be one. That's because Peter said he was going to take a break, so I figured, oh, that's perfect.
Rats standing in the sinking ship already.
You can,
Lisa, you're going to be there, right?
you can plug your computer into your car.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And Eric, you're going to be there. Just figure on it, Eric. Put it in your calendar.
Yeah, we'll let everybody know in the group and whatnot. You should post about it yourself, actually, to let people know you'll be hosting.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot more people come by if you're a host.
I doubt it. I'll spam the hell out of it in my videos this week. So.
We'll see. Yeah. But yeah, so great show, and this is weekly. If this is your first time watching, go check out the playlist to catch older episodes, and see you guys next time.
See you guys later.